trigger me. Hi, everyone. It's me, Madam Pamita, and my good friend Honoreo, my surrogate child. I think you're my surrogate child. I'm your surrogate mom, your extra mom, bonus mom, right? um, we're here doing Tarot for Kindness. If you are wondering what Tarot for Kindness is, it's our weekly get together where we do tarot readings. Or what are you going to be doing? Tarot or oracle cards? Or
I
what are you
could
going
do
to do?
Oracle. I could do whatever, really.
You
Yeah.
want to do an oracle? You want to grab an oracle deck and do?
Yeah, I have it here next to me. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so we're going to be doing oracle and tarot reading. So it's $10 per card for the tarot reading, but you get a free bonus oracle card reading from Honoreo, which is exciting because Honoreo is going to be flying out of the little nest of the Parlor of Wonders and going to Puerto Rico. Beautiful Puerto Rico.
Relocating, yes.
Relocating. Oh my gosh. We are going to miss all the conversations about Jar Jar Binks. We're going to miss all the conversations about scary movies that I haven't watched.
Yeah.
And then I watch a little bit, I read the thing, and then I realize it's okay to watch it, and then we talk about it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna miss your fun and your like happy spirit at the Parlor of Wonders. I mean, you truly are just a joyful spirit, always positive, joyful spirit, and we're sure gonna miss your energy. But you are on to some exciting changes, you know.
So I'm
So
bigger and better. No, I'm kidding.
bigger and better, yeah. Yeah, I get it. So what oracle deck are you using today?
So I'm gonna be using. I might use something. I mean, I'm gonna be using Amy and Monty's Intuition Oracle because I love it.
What? Wait a minute. This is crazy. We didn't discuss this beforehand.
And you have it there too.
Look what deck I'm using today.
Oh. Oh my God, that is so funny.
Oh my gosh, Amy and Monty, I'm gonna send this to them. I've got to send this to Amy so she sees what fans we are.
Yeah.
Fanboy and fangirl. I got this deck when we were at the Reader's Studio. So Amy Zerner and Monty were there, and I have never had this deck, believe it or not.
What?
I never had this deck before. And so they had their little stand where they were there. And I said, it's high time I got this deck. I mean, maybe I have it and I don't remember that I have.
Well, it has gone through various iterations. So it used to be this.
Yeah. I don't think I have ever had it.
This is the Cerner Farber Tarot. Like it's the same images, but they have done like bigger size, smaller sizes. So
this is like so big. Look how big these are. Like compared to my hand. It's like as
these
big
ones,
as my hand. They're
you
big.
see, like these ones are the same, but they're like smaller. If you can get you'll probably love this one in particular because it's almost like poker size, but and they shuffle great. This were US games,
Yeah, so this is a gorgeous, beautiful deck. It comes in this beautiful, beautiful box with. I want to share a little bit about it.
That one comes with a bag too, I believe, with a velvet bag.
There's a beautiful velvet bag in there. Love that. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't know that. I just opened it up because I just got it and I haven't opened it up. And I said, I'm going to open it up.
25th anniversary, I believe, right? It's
25th anniversary. Just like Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I have never. The reason we're talking about Jar Jar Binks and the Phantom Menace is I had seen episode 4, 5, and 6 of Star Wars, but I'd never seen any of the other ones. And my kids and I were talking about. My kids had seen them, but not with me. And I said, I've never seen it. I didn't go to see it because I had little babies back then. Morgan was a little baby, and I was pregnant with Isabel. And it's like, man, I didn't have time to go see Star Wars movies back then. So I never saw them. And then, you heard all the bad things. It's lame. It's racist. It's boring. It's stupid. And so, I wasn't super incentivized to see those earlier Star Wars movies. And then we found out from Mr. Honoreo that they were having the 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace showing the theater. So I said to my kids, let's go. So kids and I went, and I actually enjoyed it. I mean, I had low bar expectation, which probably helped. We kind of laughed at the terrible acting, not Ewan McGregor and not Liam Neeson. Those are some great actors, but there was some real kind of so-so acting. And some real racist stuff going on in those movies. But I was like kind of enjoyed it, and nonetheless, we kind of laughed at those things. Like we're kind of like,
Yeah, it's a
you know,
product of its time. Definitely a product
yeah,
of its time.
yes, like oh my god. So anyway, beautiful big color book that comes with this deck. Gorgeous deck. So that's the deck we'll be using for our Tarot for Kindness today. Love it. So happy to be doing this. And we've got these big, beautiful cards. I kind of like to break out. Oh, Cynthia says, congratulations on Ray, best of luck with your move and your
Thank you
new
so
life.
much.
Oh, Cynthia, that's so great. So yeah, so we're having so I always like to bust out a new deck so that we can, try it out. It's like I say reading without a net underneath me because
Hmm.
I'm not familiar with this deck, but I can still I've been reading for 50 years. It's going to be 50 years this year. I mean, I've had tarot cards for 50 years. I've been reading for 40 years, but have 50,
Wow.
50 years I've had cards.
I haven't
My
even been alive for half of that time.
I know. And let me tell you something. I know because you're 20 years old. You're only 21.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
But, after a while with tarot, when you get to a certain point, it's like I feel that confidence of like, yeah, I can pick up any deck and I can read off of it. I mean, I read omens. If I can read omens out in the world, I can
Hmm.
read any deck, right? So what we're doing here is called Tarot for Kindness. We do tarot readings for $10 per card. You're going to get an extra oracle card and a little mini reading from Honoreo. You can purchase a 1-card reading, a 2-card reading, 3-card reading, $10, $20, $30. You make a donation on PayPal or Venmo, or if you're watching us on YouTube, there's Super Chat down below where you can make a donation there. It's a little dollar sign, little icon, and you click on that and you can make a donation. You can make a donation for $10 for 1-card reading, 20 for a 2-card reading, 30 for a 3-card reading. Where is this donation going to? It is going to humanitarian aid for Ukraine. We partner with Subotin Harbor, which is a small grassroots organization that is feeding seniors who are struggling with dire food insecurity and dealing with the war and all of that that's going on. I mean, it's still really bad. They're still bombing. Russia's still bombing, destroying people, kidnapping kids. It is unfreaking believable what's happening over there. And the fact that I'm going to get on my soapbox for a moment. The fact that anyone could say, don't help Ukrainians makes me cuckoo, because this is a sovereign nation that was invaded by a country that is just doing a land grab, not only doing a land grab, but trying to destroy the culture and also kidnapping people, killing people, civilians, bombing civilians. I think you want to talk about an evil empire. I don't think you can get more evil than that. And as we see any place in the world where civilians are being harmed, no good. That is absolutely no good. So, anyway, that's what we're doing. We're helping. Oh my gosh, Yulia's here. Oh my gosh, you made it.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yulia is from Subotin Harbor. Yulia, I'm going to explain who you are and tell them who you are. Okay. So Yulia is from Subotin Harbor. Yulia is the one who is collecting this money. She's the main leader. I think you're the leader now. Yvonne was the leader, but Yvonne is occupied with doing now work for the government. So Yulia is taken over. So Yulia is distributing food to people in Kiev, Zaporizhia, and another area, right?
I managed Zaporizhia, but only in Kiev. I
Yes.
distribute only in Kiev, and my colleague is distributing Zaporizhia.
Your English is really good, Yulia.
Thank you.
So she distributes, they have over 200 or close to 200 people that they help.
Close to 300 now.
Wow.
200 and maybe 86.
Wow. That's amazing. So 286 seniors that they are helping on a regular basis. They deliver 2 weeks worth of groceries, $40 US buys about 2 weeks worth of
uh,
groceries.
Not 2 week, but month or month and half.
Yes. But the groceries, the food is for
Yes,
2
yes,
weeks.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
The food is for 2 weeks and they deliver every month to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
they deliver this supplement. And sometimes the stories are unbelievable that people will go that when you deliver the groceries that there's not one piece of food in the house sometimes because people have to decide between medicine, likar, right? Medicine. I'm trying to think about Ukrainian words.
Medicine.
Medicine and food, or heat and food, or rent and food. And so those other things sometimes they become more important. And so this is what you're doing is like a real miracle in these people's lives. And some of the stories too, which if you go to Yulia's Facebook, which Love Witch has kindly put on the QR code for Yulia on Facebook, you can see these stories. Sometimes people are praying, I need food, and you deliver the food. You're like the angel that comes to deliver this miracle, this beautiful gift to them when they have nothing. So we have been doing this, I think, 2 years now, almost 2 years, pretty close.
From 3 of March, 3rd March.
That's when I started with doing this with you
Yes,
guys?
the
Oh,
first day it was 3
oh my
March
gosh.
3.
2 years?
2 years and 2 months.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, time flies. So you've heard me talk about this. So you get to see Yulia, who is doing this. So we're going to be doing tarot, and this is my friend Honoreo. He's going to be doing an extra card for people, and we'll be doing readings. So we've already had one person make a donation. If you want to donate, you can do it on Venmo. As I said before, PayPal, Venmo link is up right now. PayPal is the other one that will come up a little bit later. Or if you're on YouTube and watching us on YouTube, you can do super chat and you can make your donation there. Once you make your donation, go into the chat and then on the YouTube or wherever you are watching this from, and say what donation you made, how much you donated, where you donated, and what your question is, and then we can answer your question with that many cards. All right, we'll get started. Oh, Devon made a donation. Thank you so much, Devon. Okay, so first let's get to John Paul, then we'll get to Devon. And the rest of you guys, you can make your donations and you'll get on the list. There's only 2 people ahead of you. So not a long time to wait. Okay, so John Paul has the question. I have a meeting with my bosses tomorrow to see if they're going to close the shop where at the senior center, the hair salon, right? I'm wondering how the outcome will go. Okay, let's take a look and see. All right. Oh my gosh, these cards are hard to shuffle because they're so big. They're really big. I have to shuffle like this. All right, let me give it a little shuffle. And Honoreo will pull a oracle card. Okay. All right. Let's see for John Paul. Yeah, these cards are really big, man. It's cool though. You get to see the details of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is really interesting. We had 2. I really shuffled these cards too. We have Prince of Swords and Queen of Swords. First of all, I'm going to say this combination is a very compatible combination. So I think as you are looking, I'm looking at these 2 cards together. Usually I'll read one and then the other, but because they came up and they're so connected, Prince of Swords and Queen of Swords, I think that you're going to have a clear communication. I think that with this communication, you are empowered in this communication. So my sense is they're going to work out something with you. I don't get the sense that they're going to close the shop completely. They may make it open a few days a week or do something like that, but I don't get the sense that they're going to close it. This to me is too compatible. You're not at odds. You're there and being supported. I think Queen of Pentacles represents that boss person or the person who is in charge that is going to talk to you. They're going to be very clear in their communication. They're going to be very logical in their communication. but they are not going to be they're not going to be emotional or angry or anything like that. This is very rational, clear communication. And that's how you want to go into John Paul, is to go in being very clear about, giving feedback about what's going on. Maybe you can even have an opportunity to justify the hours that you are there. That might be what has to happen. Like, I think this is a person who's looking at the bottom line of things, like, okay, we have to maybe make some budget cuts. Where are we going to make those cuts? If you can come up with reasons, and I'm not talking about emotional reasons, but rational, clear reasons why your job is justified, or why keeping the shop open is justified, you can probably influence this person, but it has to be rational. Like, I would say with this, it's like the person who says, well, in the month of January, I served this many people. And this benefit of this is that the people that are here, you can offer this as a benefit for the new people who come into the senior center, right? Who's that music? Was that you, Chris?
That was my phone. Yeah, sorry.
That's the
I just
extra
turned
noise
it
I don't
down.
want.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, so if you can justify or give concrete, like, numbers, this is this person. They want numbers, they want facts, they want like something that they can report back to their boss. Like, I see this isn't the big boss, but there's somebody that they have to report back to. And if you can give rational reasons, like how many people you served, what was the benefit to the people who were there, how this can be a beneficial offering for their marketing, and so on. I think that is what's going to win them over. You have to justify it rationally and logically, not not saying, I need my job. That's not going to appeal to them. Or, don't do this to me. That's not going to appeal to them. You're going to say, hey, in the month of January through April, we served this many people. This has a great benefit. It is, these people can't get out. If you have the people in the senior center, I don't know if it's like a senior center, like a housing thing, like if it's a senior center, like drop-in thing, or if it's a senior center where they live, if they are taking them out to get a haircut and paying for their car and the gasoline or the drivers or the Ubers and the haircuts, it's going to cost them a whole lot more. If they put that on the people, they may not do it for themselves. And if they don't do it for themselves, they're going to look very bedraggled. They're going to look not well kept. And then their families are going to complain. These are the things that you have to appeal to them on. It's got to be super rational and well documented. So tonight there's a 4 days a week for the morning shift. There's another stylist who works the afternoon shift. Okay. So they own the shop. We are independent. Okay. So it's an independent senior living center. Yeah. So you have to say, look, it makes everybody look good to have this in the have this shop. So justify it with numbers, justify it with facts. Don't justify it by, oh, this hurts my feelings. They don't care about that. Honestly, this is what it is. So great. What do you have to see, Honorea? What do you see with this?
So it's interesting because I got the card. This card is called the Past, and it's these cards have an affirmation. These oracle cards, and the affirmation says, "I shine awareness and compassion on my past." So it really goes with what you're saying about kind of like going back and saying, like, this is how many people I've helped, or this is how I've been helpful or useful. So it's kind of like drawing on that experience, right? To kind of like point out, as you're saying, what is my value, not just because I need a job, but just because of what I contribute, like your experience and all of that. So this resonates a lot with what you were saying. And I also get that even, let's say, for example, if they decide, well, you need to work less time, whatever, right? There is something about maybe revisiting maybe a place you have worked before, maybe don't take, going and seeing like an opportunity that might be available from people that you've worked with in the past as well. So, just keep an open mind about it as well, right? It's not just like, that's not the only opportunity that you have in life, So if it doesn't work out there for whatever reason, whatever happens tomorrow, did they say tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, whatever happens tomorrow, that's not your only card, the only card that you have to play. So just keep that in mind too. And I see the crescent moon there also, so that it's like opportunities and something, there might be something bigger for you also, so just keep an open mind about it.
Okay, good. Yes, Jean Paul, we're rooting for you, and I think if you can present to them really rational benefits, remember that you have to you have to go in there thinking what's in it for them. It's not about what's in it for you, it's what's in it for them to keep you there. Why does that benefit? Why does the shop being there benefit them? Come up with all your ideas. I mean, honestly, if the seniors are looking like, not well kept, and the families, and they're going to complain. Or if it's something that is a benefit to the seniors, it adds to the, let's say the senior centers offerings, it's a good thing. So you have to make it, you have to convince them how good it is. That's for sure. Thank you so much, Jean Paul. All right, Devon is next. We've got a bunch of them. Devon, and then Bruce, and then Cynthia, and then Julia. Okay, great. So another Julia for Julia. We have another person we're reading for named Julia.
She has 5 cards.
Okay, so Devon has a 5-card reading. Hello, PayPal for 5 cards. Thank you so much, Devon. General energy for the week ahead and energy for a new project I'm starting. I love it. I love it. And Devon has been such a supporter. And we always say, Devon, you're helping one granny, you're helping one senior in Ukraine, plus a quarter more because you're doing 5. So this is awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so let's take a look at that. I'm going to do a little shuffle here. My gosh, these cards are so big. They're hard to stack and everything. All right. Oh, already it's looking good. Already it's looking good. Okay, this is really great. Okay. So for your project, as I look at this, I'm going to go over each card one by one. But as I look at it, it's got this wonderful energy of starting out, being very strong. Something has to fall apart so that you can build something new. There's some action that has nothing to do with you, where something has to kind of disintegrate to come back to life, to really be that vision and having that vision come true. So that's what I see. So let's talk about each of the cards. So the first one is Princess of Pentacles. Princess of Pentacles would be Page of Pentacles in a traditional deck. My gosh, these cards don't even fit on the screen. All the way back here. So when we look at Princess of Pentacles, this is the idea that we're starting a new project. So this directly addresses that. When we see a Page of Pentacles or a Princess of Pentacles, it is about being at the beginning and having a big, clear vision and sticking with it long term, because it's going to take some time for this project to come to fruition. However, you have a great start. I always think of like the 4 pages, swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. When I think of those, the Page of Pentacles is the wisest, most patient, and the most mature of the pages. So this is that case where it's like you are starting out. It is new. You are a bit naive about it, but it's okay to be naive about it, to go in with an open mind and stick with the project. Because if you do stick with the project, you'll end up with that money in your hand. In this case, it's a bouquet, I think, in her hand, right? So you're going to end up with the result in your hand if you're able to stick with it and really think of this as like I'm running a marathon, not that I'm running a short sprint. Okay. So that's the first thing that is important here, right? Is that you have the right mindset. You're in the beginning, you go in and you go for it. Get started, get going on it, and move forward. Second card is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is someone who is teaching, who is wiser in the situation. It could be a mentor or a guide, somebody who is more experienced, who is going to guide you in the situation. That I almost think of this now because we're talking about Star Wars. We're talking about Star Wars, like Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Here's your Obi-Wan Kenobi. Here's your Yoda. This is the person who knows more than you do about this and can guide you. They might not be directly involved, but they're your sounding board. Hey, I want to try this, or hey, I'm thinking of that, or do you know where I get to do this? This is your mentor. So you want to look for that mentor. If you already have that mentor, this is that person. If you don't have a mentor, you need to look for that mentor because the mentor is going to guide you. Third card is the Judgment card. This is really a beautiful card where things open up gorgeously. I love to see this card because it is about you fulfilling that wish and it being bigger and more expansive than you are dreaming of. For it to happen, the Tower card has to happen. Something has to fall apart for this to take place. That's all there is to it. It's not you falling apart. It's not the project falling apart because it's followed by the Three of Wands. So we're going to get to that in a second. But I want to tell you that part of what's going on with this project is something out there has to disintegrate or fall apart or change in a way that is maybe even a bit dramatic for you to have your opportunity. Okay. That is part of it. So don't get, when this happens or you see this or things falling apart, we were just talking about this on the Q&A. Don't stop there, because if you stop there, that's the end of it. And what this is this, the thing of like, it's got to happen in that way for you to have the opportunity. Then we get to Three of Wands, and Three of Wands is about your stuff coming back to you, all the effort that you had coming back to you. Things start to move and things are open and your good stuff comes to you. So part of that process is going to involve this disintegration of some kind. So this is the interesting part, is that sometimes people, like, things fall apart and people give up. You can't give up. You have to keep going forward, because that, once you get over that hump, then all of your good stuff is going to come to you. So the project, now that you have this map and you can see, okay, everything opens up, falls apart a little bit, there's a bump in the road of some kind, but that is not my sign to stop. That is my sign to keep going, because after that is when your stuff starts manifesting, after the disintegration. So keep your eye out for that. So wonderful. So what do you have, Honoreo?
So it's interesting because she asked, I got two cards because she asked like the energy of the week, and then she asked the project. And I'm not sure if both, like if the project is working on it this week or not. But for the energy of the week, it's very interesting because I got this one, which is called the Traumatized. And if you see, it has like a lightning bolt, just like the Tower, which I find very interesting. And the affirmation, it says, I acknowledge that I have been traumatized, but also that I am healing. So I think that the energy of the week is like an opportunity to acknowledge all the work you've done on yourself and all the blessings that you need to invite in your life in order to, I feel like what Pam's talking about with the Tower, I feel like also it has to do with making space for the things that you want. You have to get rid of some stuff to make space, because you cannot put stuff on top of on top of other stuff, right? Some things gotta give. So I think that that's part of what the energy of the week is. It doesn't mean that something bad's gonna happen or anything like that, but it's really about the acceptance that there are actually certain things that are outside of our control, and that we just have to allow to happen. Then for the project, I got this one, which is called The Patient. And it says, I can endure whatever twists and turns life brings me. And I think it's like, for the project, I would say it's a good idea and it's a good project, but just kind of like take it slow and steady. Don't try to rush into it. I think it's like what Pam was saying, things falling into place and things getting to where they need to be. So it might take a little longer than you are expecting, but I think it's a good sign, yeah, I think it's a good thing that you're doing. So I see both of these cards have a lot to do with what Pam got for you as well, Devon. So good luck with that.
Yeah, I think this is, I mean, I see it as a very positive thing, and healing completely. So won't give up, must keep going, short steps, long vision.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Yeah, I think it's really interesting because, we can have trauma, but we can, it's like feel the fear, but do it anyway, right? That's really what that addresses. Feel the fear, but
Mm-hmm.
do it anyway to get your project done. So you can feel, like maybe, sadness and rejection from the past, or feeling like, oh my gosh, am I even able to do this? You are able to do it. There's everything that's saying you're able to do it, but you have to,
Mm-hmm.
it's like that. Sometimes when we are working in that way, we think, oh, I have to have that one particular thing, but there's something even better. And if we get stuck and stop there, we don't get to the better, right? So, yeah, I love it. Okay, great. Okay. Thanks so much, Devon. All right, Bruce. Thank you so much, Devon. Thank you so much, John Paul. Bruce, I'm trying to decide whether it will be worth my effort to radically revise an old TV pilot script that came very close to being produced several years ago. Okay, let's see. That's super interesting. I know you've written before. I think you've mentioned it before. We've talked about it. So that's exciting. All right, let's take a look and see what we see. Okay, here we go. Ace of Wands is that creativity and that yes. And the
Oh my
second card
gosh,
is the
that's so
sun.
good.
I
Wow,
think this
yeah.
is a definite yes, that you need to work on this. What's interesting? I think in revisiting what I'm picking up on this too, Ace of Wands is essence of fire, right? It's the essence of fire. And for you, it's like when you go back to that script, you're going to have a very different vision of it. You're going to even, I think, going to make some big, big, bold changes with it. That boldness of fire and that essence of that pure essence of fire. You want to bring enthusiasm, optimism to it, and I think make some big changes with it. Not cosmetic changes, but maybe plot changes, or revising a character, or even a character's arc a little bit. So it's not throwing the whole thing out, but I do see this like passion and fire and energy and enthusiasm and all of those things that go with fire. And I think what you want to do is bring that energy of like, be willing to make those bold moves with it. Sun card energy is fantastic. It's the card of, fame and recognition, and your work being seen. So this is very, very good energy around this. But I think it really has that, like when you approach it now, you're going to see some big, big opportunities for change in it to make it even better than it was. So, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, those are great cards. And I think I got the card that's called the Homebody, and it says the affirmation. It says, "I enjoy the secure base I have made for myself and my loved ones." And I think this has more to do with like your readiness for the project now in a different light. That you're able to really. I am thinking more as far as the times. Like. So whatever, if that makes sense to you, what's his name? I'm sorry.
Bruce.
Bruce. So kind of like if the revision that you want to do has to do with with like the current times and like current views, etc. I think that's a good approach as well. But like trusting and kind of like using what you've learned from that time until now, because there's a sense of being comfortable now with whatever it is that you need to do. Like you have the ability, and then you're comfortable with doing that. So I think like your intuition or your inner self is telling you, yes, do this now, and it's for a reason. So you should listen to it. And I mean, those two cards that Pam got are very, very auspicious. So
I would say here too, your card is homebody. You're gonna have to stay home and write and
Mm-hmm.
write.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, exactly, yeah.
I know this
And
as a
also, yeah, and
writer.
get the support. Yeah, and if you're doing that, yeah, get the support of, don't limit yourself at asking for other support. Like whatever needs to get done around the house, or if like emotional support, all these things that are gonna help you dedicate the time that you need to dedicate to this.
Yeah, I think of it being a little bit like the hermit card, which is I
Yeah,
become a
agreed.
book hermit when I'm writing a book and my deadline is due. I think if you like hunker down and really work on it and give yourself, maybe even give yourself like a time limit, like I'm going to really hunker down for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to give myself a deadline. Or if you need accountability, find that friend or colleague that is also working on a project and just give yourselves, create your own deadlines so that you get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so
Thanks.
much, Bruce. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Oh my
thanks. Yeah.
gosh. Okay. Next we have Cynthia. Cynthia has a 2-card reading. Okay.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
no. Oh no. Oh my gosh, Cynthia. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I lost my little cousin back home in Ghana last week. It would have been her birthday today. Hope her soul is good. Preparing to go home for her burial and her guidance for protection and success. Oh, there's no words for that kind of loss and what you're going through and the sadness of it. Oh,
Yeah.
my heart goes out to you and to your family and to everyone that knew her.
Same.
Though we do know that the spirit lives on. I mean, it doesn't,
Yeah.
it's a consolation, but it's not the same as having them here. And that loss is so profound. And my heart is with you. So what cards, let's say the cards that will give you that, what we see about that trip, but also maybe what you need also to get through this and the family to get through this, because it's a tragedy. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, there's a very sweet card that came up. So the 2 cards I pulled for you were 4 of Pentacles and the 6 of Hearts. I think this one is about your trip. 4 of Pentacles is about your trip, and 6 of
Oh,
Hearts is about
wow.
your niece.
Yeah,
So 4,
6 of Cups.
yeah, 6 of Cups. They call it 6 of Hearts on that
Yeah.
deck. So 4 of Pentacles is you're safe. So this is a security card in the sense that you are secure, all is well, and all that. Sometimes what this card represents is like worry, but it's about having that sense of security. A really wise old man told me once, are you going to be worried about this in 5 years? Do you know who my old man is? That one over there. I was really upset about something. Are you going to be upset about my no? I remember somebody was mad yelling at me and I was so upset about it. And he's like, are you going to be worried about this in 5 years? And I'm like, you're right. Not even 5 weeks later. I don't care about it. Right. So,
Yeah.
so I think this is the card of like having that sense of security and having you're doing absolutely the right thing, which is to go there and be with the family and to be with your family during this time. We need that support. They need that support. You need that support. You need to be together. And I see this as a card of safety and security. I think you're going to feel when you go back, you'll feel more grounded with all of this. I think when you're away from home, far away, it can feel so sad to and distant, and it can also, you can feel unattached, and not in a detached way, but in the sense of like a longing to be there with your family, to be with people that knew her. That's such an important thing, to be around the people that knew her so you can grieve together and you're safe in that. And I feel that sense of security that you're going to feel. The other card is, I really think that message from her, 6 of Cups, 6 of Hearts in this deck is 6 of Cups. which is the heart connection.
Mhm.
The heart connection, even though she's not here in physical form, the heart connection between the two of you is still there. She's still you the love between the two of you is still there. It's just um the sadness of not having that person physically here. It's just very deep. It is very deep. But um, when you can, speak to her, tell her that you love her. Her spirit, there's a tradition in Ukrainian folklore and other countries too as well, where 40 days after somebody passes, that person's spirit is still around. They are still around us for that 40 days. So like you would say only kind things because they're there listening. Of course, you're only going to say kind things about your niece anyway, but to really say that, to speak of her, to remember her, remember her good qualities and remember all that she brought to this world in her short life, all that she was able to accomplish in her short life, and to speak her name. This is why say her name is like important, right? Say her name. Talk about her. Don't I don't think you'll forget her, but also remember her with this. I think that as time goes on, you'll remember more of all the good that she brought into the world, and you'll be able to do that. Yeah. Well, will always be in my heart. Beautiful cousin, beautiful person, filled with selfless love for everyone. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, this is something, to maybe you will be inspired to dedicate something. You're doing these events. Maybe you'll dedicate an event to her or start some kind of organization in her name. I mean, these can be wonderful things to let those spirits know that we haven't forgotten them. It's a beautiful thing to do. So, yeah. Chris, what did you pull?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I want to say real quick that yeah, that the way to keep someone, the spirit alive is to remember them and to do something in their honor and to they're always there. So to know that they're always there and not be, it hurts for us that we stay behind. But the interesting thing is, I got this card that is called the Farmer, right? And it says, I enjoy being of service to those who deserve it. So my guess and my feeling about this card is that when you go over there, you're gonna really serve as support for her family, for her closer family. You will definitely um, be that. Like a space holder, And the other thing is, I look for the card, right? I have the same deck that Pam's using and just a smaller version. And if you see that little girl or person in the middle has a basket there and holding a basket, right? And then my card also, the Farmer has also a basket in the in
Oh,
the
yeah.
image. Yeah. So you see how the Farmer is also holding a basket. Um, right here. So I see that as a message. Baskets, again, it's something that we hold things on, that we offer gifts on. So that's definitely a symbol for you to, be open and present for the people that are that you're gonna meet there. Your other family, hold space for them. I think you probably share that quality with her. Now that I'm saying this as well, that you could lighten up the load of other people as well. And because if you see the card as well, like here, even though the image might be a little grayish, but the head is surrounded by that light, that halo, that sun. So you can be a sun for the rest of the family right now when you go there. So, and I think definitely be safe on your trip. So my heart goes out to you. Know that she's with you. So.
I want to say, Cynthia, I'll light a candle for her at home here. I will totally light a candle for her
Same.
and her spirit and you guys and the family, and this is something I think a way we can support you. And the other thing I wanted to say was, you of course know this being from Ghana, but in many African cultures, there's the belief that and even in Ukrainian culture, like if we look back at the old belief system, the ancestors that we know in life, like when you are when you pass and the people are alive that remember you, you're at a certain level in the spirit realm. And when nobody is alive that remembers you, you move to another realm of ancestry, right? Of the ancestors. And I think about this when we start something in someone's name, like you start a foundation or you start a concert series or you start a fundraising thing and you do it in someone's name, it keeps that spirit in that memory of people. It makes their spirit more, I think, more alive and not in the realm of the distant ancestors. So this could be a really lovely way to keep her memory alive, who she was. Let her be known through this foundation or this organization or this concert that you throw annually or whatever it is, fundraiser that you do or whatever it is. This could be a wonderful way to keep her spirit. It's like feeding her spirit, in other words. So I'll let it. Cynthia, send me an email with her name and I will put a candle. I'll put her name under the candle. So, okay, just send me an email. You can send it pamita@parlorofwonders.com and I'll get it. Okay, Cynthia, my heart goes out to you. If you were here, I would give you a huge hug. This is something that is so hard to face in life. Losing the ones we love is so hard, and losing a young one is just heartbreaking beyond. Yeah.
Yeah, and she said that today would have been her birthday. Like in Puerto Rico, we have, or at least in my family, we have the tradition, we light a candle. Even if the person's passed, we light a candle on their birthday as well. So you can definitely do that at home, Cynthia, too. And just remember, as Pam's saying, like,
Yeah. Oh, my heart is with you. Thank you, Cynthia, and bless you and bless your family. Julia has a question. Okay. I sent $30. I'm a Leo woman wanting to do a love reading between me and a Capricorn man, please. Okay. All right. Well, make sure that Capricorn man showers you with generosity to make you feel valued. That's what the first thing I'd have to say about that, right? Capricorn man better be generous, right? And appreciating you. All right, let's see what we've got here. Lots of passion. Okay. All right, this is a great advice I have here. First of all, there's lots of fire in this relationship, passion and fire and excitement. We have Ace of Wands energy.
yeah,
Ace,
that's
Ace of Wands is about fire, passion, excitement. I think your chemistry is off the charts. I'm not going to say it's going to be. It is off the charts. And this is a lot of excitement, I think what this also can do is give you, because you are a fire sign. Fire signs and air signs tend to jump into things very fast, impulsivity, lots of impulsivity, and really kind of want to get the ball rolling. I feel like fire signs and air signs are like, what's the wait? Let's get moving. Let's make this relationship go. So I think you're probably going to get, because of the passion, a lot of indications from him that things are going to move fast. So when he comes into his Capricorn self a little bit more, things will be slower and more methodical and more well thought out. And I think you need to be prepared for that, because I'll show you all three cards. We have Wheel of Fortune, and then we have Prince of Pentacles. So Prince of Pentacles is someone who's going to move step by step. So as you look at this relationship, it's going to start out fiery, hot, and all of this. But when it comes to like commitment, he's going to be slow moving. Moving does not mean, this card does not mean he's not getting there or he's not moving. but Knight of Pentacles, or Prince of Pentacles is Knight of Pentacles. Prince of Pentacles is going to take his time getting there. He's going to think through things through. Capricorns can be very rational, very, methodical in their movements. They're going to take each step. They're not going to be impulsive. They're not going to jump in. You're not going to go to Vegas and get married or elope or do anything like that. You're going to take it step by step to get to that serious commitment. Wheel of Fortune is a great card. It's like, it is movement in this relationship. So it's also saying that there's movement, but it's also about taking risk, and risk leading to a result, risk leading to a reward, right? So with the passion and excitement, I think you're going to be, I think he's motivated to take that risk, but it's just going to be at a slower pace than you. So be prepared for that. That's all. I think that with the passion in the beginning of a relationship, it can feel like, oh, we're gonna go run off and get married this weekend. Not with him, not with a Capricorn. It's gonna take a little while for him to get there. So yeah. What do you have?
Yeah, I agree. I got the card that says the intuitive, and the affirmation is, I am tuned into the energy of those I care about. And I think it's like, you gotta meet this person. And I never tell people like, you don't have to do anything, right? Like, you do whatever you feel comfortable doing, right? But if you want to kind of like things to work, you have to meet this person at their energy level, right? So as Pam is saying, like, the Capricorn will kind of like take it slow, slow and steady, and it can be too slow or too steady. And for a fire sign where they want things like this, like quickly, it might be a little turn offish, right? But if you keep at it, something very nice can develop, right? But just follow how you feel too. You have to honor how you feel. And if at some point you feel like, yeah, I mean, I want this to be a little bit faster, and he doesn't want it, then obviously it's your choice. But I would say kind of like meet down and kind of like take it a little bit easier, and you'll get there with this person. But this person, as you see, she's also kind of holding a stick or a wand too. So I pay attention to that image as well. So so definitely you can lead the the way you kind of like the relationship towards where you want it to go, but it doesn't mean you have to be forceful about it, right? Or to so I agree with that.
Be in that queenly energy of like magnetism, which Leo does so well, so well.
Yep.
Just be in that be in your queenly energy, and then just always be the queen, right? And the queen is not like a queen in Alice in Wonderland saying off with their heads, or anything like that. The queen who sits there and is beautiful and glamorous, and he adores you and showers you with appreciation and gifts, and treats you and all of those things, and appreciate those things. But it's like there's a wonderful quality that can motivate a Capricorn, which is that he has to get to see, like, he's going to look at this as like, you're a life partner, and will we go the distance? So it's going to take him a while for him to figure that out, right?
Yeah.
Just be prepared for that, right? So, but it looks
And
positive and great.
And give him a little challenge too.
Yeah, maybe there has to be a little elusivity, a little elusiveness, So yeah, it can be really great with there's a compatibility with that fire and earth too. Okay, next is Mel. Mel, oh my gosh, this is so lovely. Mel is donated $100, 10 card reading. This is so generous, Mel. Thank you so much. We so appreciate your generosity. Okay, so Mel, we usually have 5 questions and then 5 more. So we're going to do 5 and 5. 9 questions total. So we're going to do 5 and then 4 more. So the first 5 are here. And so we're going to look at each of these as 1 card questions, and then we'll throw in that bonus card at the end. Thank you so much, Mel. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so the first one was Monday good for organization to come. We have 7 of Hearts. So 7 of Hearts is a 7 of Cups, which is a card about choices, having choices. When I see 7 of cups, 7 of hearts, sorry, 7 of touching my mic. I hope I'm not doing
No,
anything
you're
to
fine.
your ears. With 7 of cups, it's like choose intuitively, right? So in your question, so the question is Monday good for organization to come? When I see that, I think you always ask about the meetings on Monday. And I don't know if this has to do with that, but this would be like unresolved, undecided energy, right? This is not, they have not yet decided if they're going to have a meeting, which sort of indicates to me if they're going to have a meeting. Probably not, because they're not organized enough to really figure that out yet. If it is something that you have to make a decision on Monday, choose with your heart. What does your heart say? Does your heart say do it? Does your heart say pick this one or that one? Don't get too much in the pros and cons or what your rational mind is saying. Get deep into your intuition. What is your gut saying? Does it feel good to do something? Then that's the direction you go. If it feels a little off, don't do it, right? So is Monday good for organization to come? I don't think they're organized. I don't think organization is happening on Monday. I think there's confusion about Monday. So I think you're going to, if you're stepping into something on Monday, it's going to be undecided, unresolved, which also means you can put your 2 cents in, or you may be able to guide it in the direction you want it to go. Second card is the private event done on Monday night. King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like a card. Okay, so King of Pentacles is like usually there's somebody in charge who is going to make the decision about the event on Monday night, and it has to do with money. Money is involved in some way. King of Pentacles is who is holding the purse strings here. They're the one that's making the decision when the evening ends. I think if what you want is for the evening to end early, it's going to be a decision based on like finances, meaning if they're renting the space for Monday night and it costs them more to stay later, they'll end on time. Money is important here. Okay. Third card. Oh, there is no third card. It's just 1, 2, 4, 5.
It's the
Okay.
4, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to do 4. Well, let's see what we've got here. Will the place sell this time or is selling later better? Okay, so that'll be 3 and 4 right there. Will the place sell this time or is it better to sell later? It's better to sell later because look at the difference. We have 10 of cups and 10 of there's no bad choice, but I'm guessing if you want happiness, it'll sell now. If you want abundance and money from it, sell it later. That's what I'm seeing. No bad choice. There's no bad choice. I think you'll be more satisfied if you sell it this time. And you'll be richer if you sell it later. That's the answer to that one. Do you see me move or things get better here? Interesting. Card is a strength card. Are you feeling disempowered where you are now? Then moving will be the way to go. You're going to feel more empowered elsewhere. If you stay where you are, then it is for you to get empowered in this situation. It is for you to be the one that is petting the lion, right? This beautiful angel lady petting the lion. You have to be the one that is saying, I'm in charge. Like, I think your empowerment is the key here. Be empowered where you are now here, or probably easier to go somewhere where you are being supported to be empowered if you're feeling disempowered. All right, let's look at the next 4. Will they tell the cleaner not to come back this week? And is Robin a friend or a foe? Keep getting up early to win the radio contest. And what good stuff is coming this week? Okay, last 2 will be what good stuff is coming. All right, take a look. All right. Oh my gosh, so many cups in this reading. It's good. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh. Okay, good. All right. Prince of Hearts, which is the Knight of Cups in the traditional deck. Will they tell the cleaner not to come back this week? I think that for some reason, they like that cleaner. So they're going to keep inviting that cleaner back. If you, I mean, I just see this as being the cleaner coming back this week, honestly. When I see the Knight of Cups, I call that card the person who comes back. So unfortunately, I know you don't love that cleaner, but that cleaner is going to be back this week. I think they also have kind of they like that cleaner. And I don't know if you've expressed your displeasure or told them or expressed why you're displeased with this cleaner, but they're going to have that cleaner come back. Maybe you need to express in a more concrete way why that cleaner is not good. Second question, is Robin a friend or foe? We have Queen of Cups, Queen of Hearts. So this is a friend. This is somebody who is highly intuitive, who is somebody who is emotional. So maybe the emotions are, or there's a watery quality about Queen of Cups and about the Queen of Hearts, which can be a little vague. I know you're a Scorpio, as I recall, Mel, you're a Scorpio. And so you can have that connection with this person, but sometimes water signs sometimes have a hard time with other watery people because it's like it's too much water. There's no structure there. So it can sometimes be a little difficult. So what I see is that this person is a friend. They don't have anything bad, but they can be a little vague. They can be wishy-washy. They can be hot and cold. There's all those parts that come along with water sign. So I think that what you're seeing is not somebody who is evil, out to get you, negative, but somebody who may be just, kind of blowing like a leaf in the wind or a little wishy-washy. And that's why you're like confused by this person, because they're not consistent. 8, keep getting up early to win the radio contest. The moon card. Moon card says, well, if you're getting up early to win the radio contest, you could win. I mean, it's possible to win, but it's not defined yet. Moon energy is undefined energy, just like water cards, so the cup cards. So it's a little bit like, yes, you can do it and you can, but it's not like a sure thing. It's a little chancy, but it's worth the chance. That's what I would say with moon card. It's worth chancing it. It's not a defined thing that you're going to win or not win. It's up in the air. It's to be seen. I do get something with the moon card, which is like there's blessings in the moon card. So the blessing could be winning, but you have to do that thing that's like stepping out into the unknown, which is getting up every morning and doing that. So there's a chance of winning, but it's not predetermined that you're going to win. And then what good stuff is coming this week? We've got 5 of Hearts and 6 of Hearts. Friendship, this is wild. I'm shuffling these cards so well. When I put the cards back in, I'm putting them back in at random places in the deck, not together. And here we have 2, and again, 2 cards together. 5 of Hearts and 6 of Hearts. So 5 of Hearts can be like a disappointment. 5 of Cups can be a disappointment, or things reflecting on things back from the past. So I do think there are things to be, sad about, but you want to focus on the future, not the past. If something has happened, take my advice. Pick advice from my friend Honoreo. You're not going to be worrying about this thing 5 years from now. It's not even going to cross your mind, right? So if you're feeling sad about something or regretful about something, or feeling, looking back at the past, which is kind of a depressive thing to do. I just like to look at the past and just ruminate about it. The past is done, and we want to let it go and move forward and look forward to the future and the things that we can create in the future. What I see for you, 6 of Cups, is friendships, like really wonderful, open-hearted friendships. So I see, like, if I were to say a directive for you this week is to seek out your friends, like your real true blue friends, and seek them out, hang out with them, maybe give them a call or have a Zoom or something like that. Just connect with your friends so that you have that heart-filling experience. And that will get you over the sadness. That will get you over this disappointment that you have. So I love that. All right. So what do you have, Honoreo?
So it's interesting. I got a card that's called the Initiator. And the affirmation is, I overcome resistance and do what must be done now. So one of the things I noticed, and this is not a call out or anything like that, obviously, but I would say try to take your power back, to Mal, like try to like empower yourself, right? Like all these questions come from maybe from a place of like, you feel like everybody else is making decisions but you. And I would say you have that power and that energy to make that decision. This is like that fire. This person's like shooting fire from their hand. It's like you have that control, you have that power. So kind of like embrace that power that you have to make decisions to like, let's say for example you want to win the contest. Yes, get up and do it. You know, if you believe it, if you have that energy for it, as Pam was saying, like the moon is like, it could be or it could not be, you know, it's like it's open. So choose that energy that you want to do this. And coming from someone who's won a couple of giveaways, I can tell you.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say yeah, that you have that energy. Like the good stuff that will come this week and all the other weeks will come also from your and the energy that you put into it, like that empowerment that comes from saying I am capable, I deserve this, and this is what I want, and taking over that. So I'm just saying that, sorry for the glare, trying to show the card better. But you see that fire, and you see that person shooting kind of fire from there. So it's like energy, you know, like that, directing your energy to where you want things to go.
Yeah, and I will say, do some luck work about your radio show thing. Like, you know, light a green or yellow candle, use good luck oil, drink chamomile tea. I mean, all of those things can be really positive for tipping things in your favor, for sure.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, and yes.
Do you have any good luck tips for contest?
Yeah, I mean the card itself has fire in the background, so definitely candle magic would be a great way to do it. And maybe cinnamon, you know, I always put a little bit of cinnamon under your tongue if you're not allergic. That also, whenever you're asking people to do not to do your bidding, but you want to influence someone, you put a little piece of cinnamon, you know, underneath your tongue, and that helps out just a little bit so it doesn't burn, but it's very effective too.
And don't take a whole teaspoon of cinnamon. We've seen that on
yeah, no, I'm talking about the actual, like a little splinter or cut and sifted, like, you know, a little grain of cinnamon, you know, like a little,
not the whole, not a spoonful of the powder like the kids were doing.
Not the powder.
They're dying.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mel. Thank you so much for your donation. That was really kind. Thank you. I want to give a shout out to Julia, to Cynthia, to Bruce, to Devon, to John Paul. We've got a few more up ahead. Healing Mind, Freddie, Roger. So we've got a few more. If you'd like to get your reading in, we're going to stay here till all the readings are done. So you can go ahead and make a donation on Venmo or PayPal, or if you're in YouTube, you can do it on Super Chat. Go into the comments wherever you're watching us, and then say in the comments where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is, and then we'll do a reading for you. All right. So Healing Mind, a 1-card reading for Healing Mind. I'm meeting up with someone who I've been talking to for the last few days at the end of this month. Will she still have an interest in getting to know me after meeting me? Aw, I love that. All right. How to put your best foot forward. Maybe that's another part of this question. I love that. Aw, sweet. Oh, I like this. Okay, 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles energy. Anytime we see a 2, it's great for a couple, right? For love and a couple. So 2 of Pentacles energy is interesting energy, because in a traditional deck here, it's just, well, I guess it's not really showing like the juggler aspect. There's nothing here that shows like that in the traditional deck, 2 of Pentacles. It has this quality of juggling or doing something. So I get the sense that if, you know, for the 2 of you, you don't want to put all of your eggs in this basket of this person that you're meeting. This is the appropriate thing at this stage in a relationship. You haven't met, you're talking online. I would talk to other people as well, just to keep it a little balanced, just so that your energy is, you've got a plan B, right? Or plan B and C and D, whatever you want to have. But talk to other people as well, so that when you meet her, it's not like 100% it make it or break it. You've got a plan B if this doesn't work out. Not to say that it won't work out, but I'm saying this is the approach to have, because it'll make you more confident. It'll make you a little you'll just come in with more confidence, right? When we have, I mean, this is just the nature of a beginning relationship. You should have options. You should have a plan B, C, and D. This is the appropriate thing. When you go in, then, meeting this person, all the stakes will be lower. In other words, you won't feel so nervous. You won't feel that intense, oh my gosh, I've got to make this work. You'll feel like, hey, I'm like, this is my first pick person, but I've got some other people that I'm also talking to too. So I get that as a kind of help for you to kind of feel confident going into this. But 2 is a great sign for the 2 of you getting together. So I would just keep that other possibilities out there, just to kind of give you that sense that so that you'll go into that meeting with more confidence. That's all. Yeah. It's appropriate when you're first dating to not be totally focused on one person, especially if you haven't met yet. It'll make you more confident when you're meeting. What do you have?
So it's interesting. It's very interesting. So I got a card that's called the Fighters, and it's the affirmation is, I fight my resistance to accepting the dualities of life. And it's interesting because you got a duality card, which is the 2 of Pentacles, right? And if you see here, which is 2, this card is, sorry for the lighting, but 2 cards for 2 men. They're kind of like pushing each other away, but then they're bringing each other together too as well, So, and then you see kind of like 2 little fists here, but then there's the heart in the middle. So this person might have like a very lively personality, or like a very strong personality, and you might also be or have a strong personality or strong opinions, and this might be kind of like like one of those people that annoy you so much that it's like, yeah, that type of energy. So I would say keep your options open. Definitely, I'm not saying that she's not gonna ignore you or whatever, but maybe also, when I was pulling the card, I was thinking what would be most helpful, right? Because most of the times when we ask questions, it's like either or, and it should be more like what can help me, right, better. So I would say, if there are triggering subjects in our lives that when we meet someone, maybe those are not the best ones to touch or to talk about while you're meeting someone, and maybe it will be a topic to discuss later on. So kind of keep in mind things that might be triggering to talk about, so you enjoy your experience when you're meeting this person. I would say try to not get into those like arguments that might be like, for example, I'm a Virgo, and Pam knows I love to argue a good point, and maybe that's not the best when you're trying to meet someone for the first time, because that can be annoying. So that's just my advice, so
Well,
but I find it very interesting, the duality of it. So I think it's like a balance of like you're gonna choose where it's gonna go also.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's something that there's couples that fire of, of having 2 opinionated people can be, they like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people love that energy, and depending on their sign, your sign, and so on, that can make a difference. But I have to say that, like, I think that it looks positive, but but you have to have other options, so that not to just like, oh, because this one isn't going to work out, but it's to make you more confident in this, and to also that the stakes are lower. I think that's the most important thing, really, for anybody with anything, right? If you have more options, then the stakes are lower, and you come off more confidently. And I think that'll be that confidence is very attractive.
I agree.
Yeah. So I think that can be a really good advice thing to do. And then, I mean, maybe the spice of life is having those heated, spirited discussions. It could be that that's what you both like too. So I wouldn't even count that out either.
Yeah. And and before we go real quick, before we go into the next one, I would say, as you're saying that too, what it makes me think about is when you have this, try to go without expectations, versus just going in with the expectation of like, oh, I need everything to go perfect, otherwise she won't talk to me after this. So go with a heart, with an open mind, and see where, because maybe you won't like it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, also, it's like I always say, it's like when people say, oh, I'm going for a job interview. I'm like, yeah, you're going for a job interview. They're interviewing you, but you're also interviewing them. It has to be a partnership. It's not just one person making the decision. So just keep an open mind about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's possibilities here, good possibilities, but yes,
Agree.
confidence is like, I think the key, and the trick of it is to have other options is the easiest way to be confident, because then the stakes are lower, and then you're not nervous. I mean, oh my gosh, meeting someone that you've been talking to for the first time and it's weeks away can create so much nervousness, so having some other options can really help, really, really help. Okay, so we got 2 more, and you guys, if you would like to get a reading in, you can do that by donating through PayPal or Venmo, or if you're on YouTube, you can do it in Super Chat. When we're getting to the last reading, we've got a 2-card reading for Freddie and a 1-card reading for Roger. And when we get there, if there's no more readings, then we'll wrap it up. We'll give our total, and then Yulia will send the money right over to Yulia so she can do her shopping at the market, and then deliver those groceries today. It's early in the morning in Ukraine right now. Oh my gosh, so early, Yulia.
I think we're up to 280 right now, actually, I think.
Yeah, we've got 280 right now. And if anybody wants to get that last minute reading in, we'd so love to do a reading for you. And you'd be helping these seniors in Ukraine who are struggling in the war zone and really need to have food. And Yulia and her team are delivering these wonderful groceries to these people. So, okay, so Freddie has a 2-card reading. My questions are, what should I do as far as my love life? And what are the intentions of Miranda with me? Well, I'm guessing Miranda is the love life person. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So here's the first card. The question is, what should I do as far as my love life? 6 of Wands. Oh my gosh. 6 of Wands is a card about being appreciated. I get this is like a blunt question for you. Do you feel appreciated in your relationship, in your love life? You need to feel appreciated and supported. That is 100% what I get with 6 of Wands. It really is a card about, like, in the traditional tarot, this is a card that shows a person riding on a horse. He's got a laurel wreath on his head. There's a big group of people around cheering him on. He's the victorious one, right? So to me, that card represents this idea that the person feels appreciated. They feel valued. They feel successful because the people around them are telling them, we are so glad you won the competition or whatever, right? That he was involved in. So I get the sense that in a relationship, in your love life, you need to feel appreciated. This is very Leo energy. I don't know if you're a Leo, Freddie, but this is Leo energy. It's like Leos are wonderful and generous and magnetic and fun to be around. But a Leo needs to feel appreciated. If they don't feel appreciated, it starves them. It's like starving the lion. So for you, it's to know that you need to feel that sense of appreciation in relation. You need to feel valued in a relationship. And if you're being belittled or taken for granted, it's going to kill the relationship. So for you, you need to find a partner who values you, who appreciates you, who tells you that they appreciate you, and your generosity. That's it. That is where it's at. So it's time for a reassessment of love life. Are you feeling appreciated? And if you are not feeling appreciated and you need to and you're working on the relationship, then you need to communicate that to the other person. I'm the one that fixes everything. I'm the one that does it. And I never get a thank you from you. And it really hurts my feelings. Like, that's okay to say, instead of holding on to those resentments. I mean, I think, like, to be honest with you, this is not my relationship, but my relationship with my kids. Sometimes they leave a bunch of dirty dishes in the sink and I'm washing those dishes and I'm like, God, I work all day and then I have to come home and do your dishes. I'm full of resentment as I'm doing those dishes. That is not a good thing. Now it's my kids, so it's a little bit different, but still they're adult kids. They can wash a dish, right? I shouldn't have to be washing their dishes. So that is a sign that it's a time for a conversation. Instead of holding on to the resentment or holding on to the feelings of feeling unappreciated, you need to express that. And if you aren't in a relationship, then you need to get a relationship where you have that. And I'm guessing that Miranda is somehow involved in all of this as well. And for that, I have 8 of Pentacles. So the intentions of Miranda, whatever the situation. Oh, lately I have been feeling unappreciated. Like everyone treats me like shit. Excuse my language. I'm an Aries. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's like, you know what? But here's the thing. There's a part of that where it's like, what do you need to do? It's not get mad and have an Aries rage fit or stomp out of the room. It's to say to someone, I feel like I do all these things and you are not treating me with kindness. You're not reciprocating. It needs to be a two-way street, right? And that can be everybody in your life. And if they aren't appreciating you, then you can pack up your bags and go, right? You don't need to make a big fuss. You don't need to get in a battle or argue or force them, but you need to express yourself with a kind of neutrality. Say, hey, I'm going to give you my example. Hey, kids, I work all day long. I work 7 days a week. I'm always working. And when I come home and I find dishes in the sink and I have to do your dishes and my dishes, it really bums me out. Can you help a little bit around here? I mean, that's what I say to my kids. I don't know if I'd say that to my partner, Manfred, but I'd say something maybe a little kinder to him, but you get the idea. It's have a conversation about it. And then what do? Do they do it? Or do they go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. I'm so sorry. I'll do better. Or do they go, what are you talking about? I do my dishes. I know the evidence. That isn't my bowl because I didn't use that bowl, So I think you know what to do here. It's like if people aren't appreciating you, find the ones that do appreciate you. You're worthy of having that appreciation. You're worthy of having that kindness for your generosity. Now, as far as Miranda goes, 8 of Pentacles. This can be crazy maddening for an Aries because it's Pentacles energy, earthy energy. It's slow energy, but it's building something even long lasting, but it's going to be slow paced steps, step by step, slow paced. It's going for a fire sign. We were talking earlier about fire signs. Fire signs are like, let's and an Aries, especially an Aries, is going to be like, let's get to the finish line. I don't want to wait around for this, right? Let's get going. And so Miranda might be earthy energy. I don't know what her sign is or what she is, but man, that's some energy of like, yes, we're building something, but we're going to build something long lasting and it's going to take some time. So I don't see any kind of manipulation or anything negative. It's just slowness, which can drive an Aries crazy. That slowness and your, desire to get on with it, can be at odds, but it's not like one's wrong and one's right. It's just two different paces, And like I say, if we're running with a friend, we're going on a jog, right? And maybe you are the one that is the runner who runs every day and goes and is training for a marathon, and your friend is there, and your friend is a weekend warrior who runs twice a month. Your friend's going to be slower than you, so you have a choice. You either run at full speed and you leave your friend behind, or you slow yourself down to match the pace of your friend. And so in the case of Miranda, you're going to have to slow your pace, slow your roll a little bit to get there, to get to that result. Now, do you have to? No, you could find someone that's a fast runner like you. And
oh my gosh, sorry.
Why?
No, I just read the comment. I guess Love Witch is gonna put it up.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's very
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Miranda's a Pisces who took a pregnancy test today, but won't give me the results.
So I think this is perfect time for my card. You're done with yours, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny that you said the first one about appreciation. So I got a card that's called the Contortionist, right? And the affirmation for the card is I resist those who would have me bend to their will. And it really goes so much with what Pam said, and it's so funny because that's why I love this oracle, because it really goes well with tarot. Um, you have to really stand up for yourself, I would say. And if you don't feel appreciated, as Pam was saying, don't. Oh, I have a little love papadella for her. Okay, sorry. Kindergarten lovers. Oh, that's so nice. That sorry, I was reading that comment there. If you don't feel appreciated, you need to really speak up for yourself, and as I would say, as Pam was saying, it's not an outburst, but it's kind of like, your worth, your value. You don't have to bend to other people's idea of how you should react to things, how you should, it's like, really take your power back. I think that's basically with that Six of Wands that Pam was talking about too. It's like taking your power back, like really also knowing your worth and knowing your value too. And like I would say, and I know, this part of the question, which was, if you're that was my computer, sorry. I don't know, there's some setup here. If this person doesn't want to give you the results, let's say, or whatever right now, then maybe you can act like you don't care about it right now. You know what I mean? It's like okay, this is not a power play. It shouldn't be a power play, especially when you're in a relationship with someone, because
That you've known since
it's almost like
kindergarten?
it's almost like a domineering. It's like, who has the power, who's gonna control who, and that's not what you want out of a relationship. Hopefully, right? It's like it should be a balance. So, so you don't have to bend over backwards, for anybody. So take your power back, I would say.
You know what I would say here too. So this is a very simple thing. If you want a long-term relationship, now this does not apply to flings or one-night stands or little summer romances. This is talking about a long-term relationship, which if you started in kindergarten, it's a long-term relationship, no matter how old you are now. So what I'm going to say to you is this: if for a long-term relationship, what you're looking for in someone, yes, it's great if they're sexy. It's great if you have the same baseball team. I mean, it's great if you have the same interests, like the same music or whatever. But those things are kind of secondary. What's most important is, is this someone who is a team player? A team player puts the team first, not themselves first. Remember, there's no I in team, right? So is this person a team player? If somebody is like, I'm taking a pregnancy test, but I'm not telling you the answer, that is not a team player.
Yeah.
That's not a team player. So as much as you have history with this person, for long-term happiness, you need a team player. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, right? So, oh my gosh. Well, best of luck with all of that. But I'm excited about this new, I'm going to be like looking out for myself. That's good for an Aries to do, by the way.
Yeah. Just sometimes a reminder that we have to stand up for ourselves. Yeah. And what we want.
This is our last reading for Roger. So it's your last opportunity. It's a 1-card reading, so it's going to go by really quickly. Get your reading in on Venmo, Super Chat, or PayPal. And then we can do it today. If not, we'll be back next week. We'll be back again next week. Roger says, hey, Pamita, guess what? I have a job interview this Friday morning for the library department with 1 card. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about your library job. I'm a former librarian, high school librarian. So yeah. With 1 card, will the interview go well? I'm very nervous. Wish me luck today. I will wish you luck. Oh my gosh. Also, let's look in this card and see, like, what do you need to bring to that interview? Like, what energy will help you nail this interview? Okay. Oh, that's so funny. 6 of Wands energy came back. 6 of Wands came back again. All right. This is what you have to get into the mindset before you go into that interview. This is the thing. What did I achieve in my job? So Roger's been working at the library as part-time work, but this is like for a full-time position, right? So what have you done? Have you started any programs? Did you run any programs? Did you help somebody? Think of all the things that you have done that they appreciate, right? It's about appreciation. This will help you nail that interview, and you will be more confident as you go into that interview because you have your talking points all prepared, right? Oh, I ran the kids program where they brought dogs into the library, and we had a dog parade at the library. I don't know what you did at the library, but or I ran the program that brought seniors books to the seniors, or I helped with this, or I helped with that. Maybe you didn't initiate something, but you helped and assisted. So think about those highlights as you have been working there for these many years. What are the things that you have done that you're proud of, that they can go, oh my gosh, yes, that's right, you did that thing, you were awesome. So that's your preparation for this interview. That's your preparation for this interview. You've got 5 days to do it, 4 days to prepare if you don't count today. But you've got some days to prepare. And so your preparation is going to be, what are my achievements, right? That's what Six of Wands is, achievements. What are my achievements while I've been at the library? What have I initiated? What have I, there. I have helped with concert programs, seat setups with my library branch. I want you to make a list of 10 things that you have done. Who you've assisted, what have you done, what have you initiated, what have you helped with, who have you supported, and what are your ideas for the future? With this position, you get more responsibility, you get more opportunity to do things. What would you like to contribute to? What would you like to be helping with? So make your list of 10 things that you have done and you've accomplished, and make your list of 10 things that you would like to be doing, and express those to them. Your eagerness, your willingness, your enthusiasm, all of that. Oh my gosh, 19 years. In 19 years, you've accomplished a lot. I want you to really reflect and think about all of the things that you've initiated and or contributed to and helped with. This is great. Also, one of those things that you've accomplished is, I've been here for 19 years. I am so devoted to this library that I have been doing this for 19 years as a part-timer. That's how loyal I am. That's how loyal I am. Yeah, that's an accomplishment in and of itself, right? That you didn't bail on them and go, find some other job, that you love and adore this work and you love this library and you are invested in this library. That is a perfect thing to add to that list of 10 things. So come up with 10. 10, not 6, 10. All right, what did you get?
So it's funny because I got, and it's interesting because obviously it's like thinking about library, right? But I got a card that's called the loner, and so I found it funny. But the affirmation says, I enjoy being alone and getting in touch with my true feelings. So I would say, because you mentioned that you're a little nervous, I would say, like, take really the time to sit down, sit with yourself, assess your feelings, as Pam is saying, like, make the list, take that time with yourself, right? Because when we get nervous, really, when you gotta kind of like reprogram yourself, instead of like, what am I nervous about? Go like, what am I excited about, right? So really, that excitement that you're going into a new job interview, it's like, you have the capacity, you have the experience. Take that time with yourself, and do that, like journaling, or write up, your own prose, and make your wish list, your gratitude, journal, like all these things that can go together, to help you get ready, right? So I would also say, like, this week, since it's a Friday, take that little time for yourself, to try not to get too busy with other things, and kind of like focus on how you want to present yourself in this interview as well, and there's a little boat there, so yeah, you're going places. So I believe that I believe that the outcome will be great there. So
I'm going to take that card and take a little run with it a little bit and say,
yeah, of course,
the loner is somebody who's done something on their own.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what have you done on your own, or what would you do on your own to contribute to the library? Would you have programming ideas? Do you have an enthusiasm for a certain part of the library, in sense of like, you know, I was a librarian at a school, so I'm like, okay, I'm really enthusiastic about getting a kids clubs in there every, you know, at a school, every after school every day, and I'll supervise those clubs every day. Like I loved being with the kids and the books and all of the technology and everything. So, what areas do you see that could be helped with this? You know, what is it that could be you know, that you see like you could contribute something on your own that you could do, and with your skills, what gifts do you bring to this?
Mhm.
That is really great and really important when you're selling them on you, right? So you have to tell them, hey, I'm going to bring all of this. I'm very excited. I love working, you know, you guys all know me. There's so many advantages to them hiring you. They know you, they've worked with you, you're loyal to them. I mean, this is a really great, you've got a lot of good things on that good list that are going to help tip things in your favor. So now it's just reminding them of all those good qualities. So you got to toot your horn a little bit, but
Mhm.
come up with it in advance so that you're not on the spot. Like, you know, I know when we were like on the spot, it can be hard to remember those things. But if you
Yeah.
have it and you've written it down ahead of time, or you can
You
even, if you're
practice
like a
it, yeah.
person, you don't even have to rehearse it, right? If you have like if you were going to prepare for this interview, you can make a list of those 10 things that you've accomplished or those 10 things that you've contributed that were substantial, and then print it out on paper and then bring it to them. Or if you're doing a Zoom interview, you know, have it on a document that you can show and say, these are the things that I have done. And I wanted to share these accomplishments that I've done in the 19 years that I've been here. And I'm super proud of them. And I'd love to have more time to be able to do more, and I'd love to do this and this. I mean, that's it. You got to bring your, like, how are you benefiting them, you know? So yeah, we have one more card from Freddie. Thank you so much, Roger. Thank you, good luck on Friday. Good luck, it's going to be
Good luck.
great. I love it. So Freddie, okay, Freddie said, how should it go about the situation with me and Yanette, who's a Capricorn? Okay, so this is our Aries, Freddie, our Aries.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that may be why the other one's playing games with you. She knows she's not the only one. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, you know what? This has a lot. Well, this makes sense because it's Capricorn. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is a lot of stability. Do you want to have a stable, long-term relationship? Because this Yanette could offer that to you. This is that. You know, that Capricorn energy can really be grounding for fire sign. Fire signs and earth signs can get along well. You know, there can be a good combination there. It is this is a stabilizing person, which I think is stronger and easier for you than a water and fire. Water and fire is opposites attract, but opposites can drive each other crazy too. But earth sign can be like this grounding, this like sense of like I've got a stable home base. Really, is what I would think of with the earth sign, right? That you've got this home base. So if you want a very serious relationship, a very committed relationship, a relationship that's lifelong relationship, Yanette would be a great prospect for that. So again, earth sign is going to take a little bit slower to get there. That's why fire signs do really well with other fire signs and air signs, because they're both fast, right? Air and fire are fast. Water and earth are slower, but earth can be stabilizing, you know. So if you want something stable that allows you your freedom to be your wild and fun, free Aries self, then that can be a great combination. It's like it sort of feels like the oldest of the earth signs with the youngest of the fire signs too, you know, which is that energy that is somebody who can hold space for you to be your fun, free, wild Aries self. So, but this is a card for longevity, long-term relationship. So both of them, Miranda and Yanette, want to have something long-term, but you know, it's gonna be, you know, with Miranda, it's just gonna be like building it over time. Like that's how slow it is. But with Yannette, I think you can have something more tangible. Build something. If you're serious, like you have to be serious though. I'm telling you, you cannot be a player with either of these two. No way. It's not going to work. That's it. What do you have, Chris?
So I have the protector, and it's this card, and it's the affirmation says, "I respect people's boundaries and require the same from them." So one of the things that calls my attention, and we're thinking that this person we're thinking that Freddie is going. Yeah, it says, okay, sorry, Janet is married but stepped out with me on her man. She does love me, but she's trying to gain her love back with her Taurus more. Okay, so that's very interesting, because that's kind of like what I was gonna say, because this is what you got, the protector. So what Pam is saying is very true. Like Capricorn, like you probably have a lot of chemistry, because both Capricorn and Aries are just like Cancer. They're like cardinal signs, so they like to start something. They like to they know how to get things done. They know how to work together. So that's great. But obviously, this is saying the protector, I respect people's boundaries and require the same from them. If this person is married, generally, that's not a good idea, right? In the sense of things have to happen before you develop a relationship with this person, right? Because there are other things that might be involved, like, right? So I would say thread carefully, chemistry wise, as Pam was saying, like you guys have great chemistry. So that's definitely not, there's no, I'm on the back burner. I feel with all of them. Yeah, I would say that. So no judgment, Freddie. I just like saying, be mindful of what you're doing. And obviously, not just what you're doing, but what you want to achieve, which is what Pam was saying as well. It's like, what is your purpose, right? What do you want? Do you want something serious? You want something fun? You want something long lasting? So those are questions you should be asking yourself before you even go out and try to be with someone, because it's kind of like giving the universe mixed signals. It's like, I want to be with this, I want to be with that, I want to do this, I want to do that, right? And it's like the universe, it's like, okay, well, it's gonna go this way, and then this is gonna go that way, and then all of a sudden you end up with nothing, because you're not sure, right? Like it's like this indecision. So I would say be mindful of that. I feel like you have to say something more, Pam.
Oh, I'm just saying, with that Freddie, you're saying like you feel like you're on the back burner. And I think that that's an interesting phenomenon, because you are in control of that.
Yep.
If you don't want to be on the back burner, there's choices that you can make in the initial thing. Don't get involved with a married woman. Number one, don't get involved with a married woman would be the first one, right? And even, I think the impulsivity of Aries is like, oh, she's hot, there's chemistry between us, let's go. But you're letting that override like your wisdom in the situation, which is to say, that's why I said earlier, like, pack up your bags and go. Like, pack up your bags and go. If these women are not a match for you, I'm not even going to say that they're doing something wrong or bad or whatever, no judgment about it. But what it is it's not a match for what you want. So what you have to do is be really clear about what it is that you want. And then go out there in the world and meet women. But you have your list. I would say do my magic list of 21. Make a list of 21 qualities of your perfect partner, your perfect relationship. You know what you don't want, because the shenanigans that are happening now are the things that you don't want. So if you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. Make that list of the 21 most important qualities. I want someone who appreciates me. I want someone who makes me a priority. I want someone who's a team player. I want someone who I want, an open relationship or a monogamous relationship or whatever it is that you want. Put it on that list. Then pack your bags and go find that woman. And I'm not even saying cut these women off, but you can express to them as like, I'm looking for a woman who is available. I'm looking for a woman who is going to be respectful, right? That's it. That's why.
Sorry,
oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, that's too funny. But
I know who Selena is.
That's funny.
So, okay. That's okay. So she looks like Selena, but she's available. That's what we have to have.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if she's not one of those things, it's like a job requirement that you're trying to fill. If she doesn't have one of those things, she doesn't get the job, right? And what I think being married and having going back to her man is definitely one of those things that you don't want. So great, there are 3.5 billion females in this world, right? Some of them are married, some of them are kids, some of them are old ladies, but there's plenty of women out there is the point of all this. So she's not the only woman that looks like Selena. There's lots of women that look like Selena. So you got to find one that has the qualities and think of yourself as the king, and the king does not accept table scraps. You're not a beggar. Don't act like a beggar. Act like a king. The king is like, I'm going to get my queen, but my queen has to have these qualities. You don't have those qualities. If you want to change things, great. Come and see me. If you're not going to change things, then we're done. That's it.
Yeah.
You have to stand up for yourself. You can't go, well, she looks like Selena, so I'm going to accept crappy treatment from her. That's you not standing up for yourself. I'm giving you tough love, Freddie.
No, and before, and I know we have another question now, but I would say also, like, there's a feeling about this that I get from this also. It's like you have this escape, relationships where, like, if it doesn't work with this, it doesn't. It's like you feel like because there are things that are not tying you down. One of them's married, the other one's kind of like aloof or not really committing, then you're free to do whatever, right? So kind of like you need to kind of like reel back in, as Pam is saying, what is it that you want, and do it, right? You can't keep, like, you cannot receive scraps, but you can also not be scrap, yourself, you know what I mean? It's like, and that, no offense or anything, I'm not saying anything bad, I'm just saying, really, really know your worth, which is kind of like going back to your first card, which was the Six of Wands, right? Know your worth, and allow yourself to really receive a blessing from someone that will kind of commit in the same way that you're ready to commit as well. So
yeah, I mean, are you ready to commit? That's the other question.
Exactly.
Aries. I mean, maybe it's just finding better quality playmates that you're having fun with. That's right. But it's still that you're the side dish is not going to feel good to you. So you need to get into a place, into a position, into a relationship. And there's lots of women out there. There's plenty of fish in the sea, as your aunties and your grandmas will all say to you, right? Well, it's the truth. You haven't met all the women in the world. And so if you are these ones are not committing to you and you want someone that's like a partner, then you got to look for the partner, and you don't have to accept this table scrap kind of behavior, right? It's just like you're an afterthought. You are the one that's letting those people treat you like that. Like, it's also part, I'm not blaming you, but I'm saying you're allowing it to happen too. And listen, we all know people that are like, one time somebody does something wrong, that person's cut off, right? Maybe you need to have a little bit more of that. A little more Scorpio energy, right? That we cut them off when they misbehave. And then it's like, I mean, it's like training a pet. When you train your pet, you train it like, if you do this, you get this result. If my cat meows and I feed my cat every time she meows, and then she meows all the time, who do I have to blame for that? That's me, right? So, all right, this is our last one. We got one more. Thank you so much, Freddie. You're awesome.
Freddie.
Thank you. Unifying Wisdom. It's been a long time. I sent $20 for 2 cards. 4-month outlook reading. Okay, general stuff for 4 months. All right, let's see what we got here. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh my gosh, thank you, Unifying Wisdom, Freddie, everyone that's here. We're so appreciative of you. So thankful to you. All right, here's what we've got. Okay, interesting. Next 4 months, 7 of Hearts, which is 7 of Cups in the traditional deck. This is a card about having choices, but choosing with your heart. That's really the essence of this card. So I think you have lots of opportunities over the next 4 months, but the opportunities, are they good, bad? I don't know which one to pick. listen to what your gut says, listen to what your heart says, listen to what your intuition says. That's how you're going to make the choice. I love the idea of these 7 hearts, these 7 cups. It means there's choices out there, but choices can feel confusing. Oh, I don't know which one to do. Should I do this one or not do this one? I can't pick all of them. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming. Like I can't pick all of them. I have to choose one path. But this card is telling you, make the decision with your heart, from your heart space. Don't choose logically, rationally, like this is, or let other people influence you. Everybody's telling me I should do this one. Do the one that your heart says yes to, right? So I love it, whether it's opportunities in career, opportunities for love, opportunities for fun, whatever it is, you're going to have to make some decisions, but choose with your heart and trust your heart with that one. Next card is 5 of Pentacles. So 5 of Pentacles is the card that's like, I'm on the outside looking in. So this is the card that says to you, you can find a way into the thing that you want, whether it's the relationship, the career, or whatever it is that you are wanting. But you have to be willing, resourceful, and you have to be willing to try the doors to get in. So this is never what I would call an easy card, but it is a card that says you got it in you to get to your result. This can be the person that meets one door that's locked and then collapses and says, forget it, I'm not doing it. Don't be that person. Don't be the person who gives up, because what we're on, that path that you're on, it's the door closed is as valuable as the open door, because the door closed is leading you to the open door. If every door were open, we would waste our time with stupid stuff all day, every day. So some doors have to be closed because the spirit, universe, or whoever is out there in the spirit world for you is saying what's behind that door isn't good. Keep going, kid, keep going. So I feel like in the next 4 months, you're going to feel that feeling of like, oh man, I'm wanting this thing, but the opportunity isn't coming to me. And what this card is telling you is this door that is closed is not the door that's good enough for you to keep going and be resourceful and find your way into your happiness, find your way into your success. So that's what I get here. So interesting time, 4 months. You're going to have choices. Yeah, listen to your heart and your gut. You're going to have choices, and the path is going to lead you to some doors that are locked, but keep going past those locked doors. Don't stay stuck at them. That's the most important thing. All right, what did you get, Chris?
So it's interesting because I got this card came up earlier today too. And it's called, the affirmation is, I shine awareness and compassion on my past. So a couple of things that I think about is in the next 4 months, I mean, there's got to be a Mercury retrograde in the next 4 months in August. It feels like it just happened. What I was thinking is like, there are certain lessons from your past that are going to come back to revisit as well in the next couple of months. And it is a time to kind of like make your peace with your past, make your peace with the things that you need to let go, as Pam is saying, like close the doors that need to get closed, etc. That maybe you've left a crack open because you have some hope, that this situation is going to be better, that this person is going to be better, that this opportunity or whatever, and you keep giving this, cracking that door open, and maybe it's making you miserable, in a way or whatever. So kind of like, and this is obviously, I'm speaking in the broader sense, you're going to have the opportunity to kind of like go into that past and make peace with that and heal finally, and move on from that particular situation that you're going to know what it is, because I really do feel that it's going to be like triggered in the next 4 months, as you said. So it's definitely going to be a great opportunity. Oh my God, that is incredibly fitting. I've been healing through my past and recovered memories. There you go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I love
my gosh.
that.
Amazing.
So your job, this is just confirmation that you're doing your job. So just keep doing that, and I wish you the best. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys are awesome. With you and your donations, we raised $310 today. So Yulia, I'll be sending you some money right now, so that you have some money for the groceries that you're going to buy today. I want to thank you so much, Yulia, for all of your beautiful work that you are doing to help the seniors in Ukraine. We think of you every day. I think of Ukraine every day, and I look at the news every day and watch what's happening, and my heart is with you every day. I've got stickers all about Ukraine all over my car. I've got a big flag that says we stand with Ukraine on my door of my house. I think of you every day. We are really with you, and the peace will come soon. Peace will come soon, and we'll still be feeding these seniors after peace comes, So, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
I'm glad we got to see Anatoly, your kitty cat Anatoly, and I know you have to get Danny to school probably. So
Yes, it's cool, and we have a dog visitor.
you had a cat visitor, now you have a dog visitor.
Yes, it's first day we have a dog visitor.
Oh my
Here she is. Here she.
Oh,
God. What does Anatoly think of the dog?
And Anatoly wants to come here 3 times.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I let him go, and I was afraid about that Anatoly comes closer to her, and mm, I'm afraid that it can be noisy, some noise.
Early in the morning. Yeah, you don't need that noise, but I hope they are
In
peaceful.
translation,
Yeah.
noise in translation, your translation.
Well, I hope that they are peaceful with one another. Maybe they will be friends, we don't know, but you're so kind and so generous, taking care of other people's animals, taking care of friends' animals, and taking care of the grannies and grandpas in Ukraine. We are so thankful to you, and we'll be sending you that money right now. So we'll sign up now. If you would like a reading next week, everyone will be here next week doing readings, and we'll see you then. Thank you, Honoreo. Before you go, I'm so glad you got in one time before you left. You can follow Honoreo on his adventures going back to Puerto Rico by following him on Instagram. And then you can see where he is, and also follow him to get readings and services and all the things he'll be doing on his own once he goes. So yeah, so follow him. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you so much, Honoreo. We'll see you guys, all you guys that made donations. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.